There is a very toxic trait in the health community where people are obsessed with how they look, how their body looks, doing things specifically to their body to make it look a certain way. And we're going to tell you in this clip from the latest podcast about what is behind this mentally and why it is so dangerous. So take a look and let us know what you think.
You know, something that's very prominent in women, and especially women in this area of California and near LA and San Diego, is, and a lot with social media as well, which I think can be great and also toxic, is this vanity, this need for vanity. So as you were talking about, like, you know, eating disorders and things of that nature, it brought to mind also this really toxic trait of vanity in women as well, and men surely as well, like in the weightlifting and all this stuff. There can be a lot of vanity with that as well. But specifically, I see it a lot in this area of vanity, like women wanting to change their face and their mouth and their lips and whatever it is, add parts or whatever it is. What have you had any necessarily experience of what could be related to some of those deeper wounds or unbeliefs that are leading women? Because I think it's very toxic, and it leads to them even doing toxic things to their body.
Well, I would think the thing that's most important that hopefully we gain from our parents is when you're a baby, even in the womb, and you're wanted, and you feel when a mother knows she's pregnant, and she wants to be, oh boy, and her joy of knowing I'm carrying a child and we want to love this child and we've anticipated, and my husband and I are ready. The baby feels the emotions of a mother. If when the child is born, the child is celebrated, and when he or she cries, mom comes and gets me and nurses me and kisses me and loves me and comforts me and holds me and changes me when I'm dirty. And then every time that happens, we get affirmed that I'm good. If you got to know me, my mother loved me, my father loves me, they're proud of me, not for what I've done, but just because I'm their baby. And that love gets affirmed over and over and over again. And then they teach us to love God. Jesus loves you. I was 5 years old the night I got saved. I remember it. I remember the man who preached that night at my dad's church. It was real to me. I hadn't done any horrible crimes. I just knew, but I believed them. And then I believed Jesus because they told me to trust Jesus. And then I got baptized the next Sunday, and there was nothing phenomenal changing about my life. But I came away with this idea: if you got to know me, if you really got to know me, you'd like me. And I believe that gets deep inside of us, that if you got to know me, because Jesus knows me, he loves me, he likes me, I feel that his love, even then if somebody else, I have a bumper in a relationship with someone else, but still at the core, in my core, I believe I'm loved, I'm good. And so if a young lady knows and believes she's loved and cherished by her mother and father, that's God's normal plan. You see your mother and father loving each other. You have faith and hope and love. And one of these days, I want somebody to love me the way my mom and dad love each other. You're looking forward to that godly, healthy, normal plan for how to do life.
Yeah.
Then when a young lady has that inside of her heart, she radiates this presence that you can see in her eyes, that joy, that love, and for a young man that God knows the Lord, what a young man is looking. This is an interesting verse. It's Song of Solomon, chapter 8. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna just tell it to you. But it's a powerful verse. This young lady in Song of Solomon, she had older brothers. And it says in Song of Solomon, she says, we have a little brother, we have a little sister, and that has no breasts. It says, when she is called upon, if she's a wall, she's a virgin, we will reward her with planks of silver. But if she's a door, we'll block her in. If she's a virgin, we're gonna reward her. If she's being loose, we're gonna keep her from being messing around. Then she goes on to say, I was a wall. I was a virgin. I said no to the wrong guys. I was a wall. And she said, and then I became in his eyes as one who finds peace. And if girls just knew what a godly man wants, and don't settle for an ungodly man, what a godly man wants, he wants a girl who's safe, that she's a safe place for him to put his head, literally when they're married, put his head on her chest and enjoy her body and enjoy her, but lay his head on her heart, literally to do that. But it's figuratively, my wife's heart is a safe place for me. And I was drawn to my wife. I loved being around her family. I loved her mom and dad. I loved the hospitality in their home. Her dad was a pastor. I felt so safe in their and welcomed in their home. I want to marry this girl because I think she and I can make a home like that. And that's what we made, a home like that. So her heart's been a home for me, and my heart's been a home for her. So I believe, as far as needing to have the outside looking perfect, so I'm going to attract you with my body, hoping to get you with my body rather than my character, that if you got to know me, that a guy's drawn to your character. And one of the ways you prove that was how you serve the Lord with your life.